Hello, this is Mark. This is part of a series I've made called Sleep with Mark. If you ever want more, you can just search for that name and you'll find the rest waiting. There may come a moment when evening feels uncertain of its own direction. A pause between warmth and cool, a stillness that seems to wait for you. Along what might be a quiet lane, colours can seem to hover between seasons, each one preparing to become something else. Perhaps there's a trace of rain in the air, or maybe just the memory of it. And the thought of shelter can begin to feel near. You might notice your breath and how it finds a slower rhythm. You can let each step arrive more softly than the one before. Somewhere ahead, a shape can begin to form. Perhaps a house, perhaps an image of welcome. Its outline can seem to shift with the light, as if the world is deciding how best to receive you. And you may sense curiosity rising gently. You can allow that curiosity to move at its own pace. The doorway ahead can seem to shimmer between shades that change whenever you look again. For a moment, the surface can catch gold, then fade to silver, then become simply light. It may feel as though the house is breathing slowly, meeting the rhythm of your own breath. Reaching toward the door, you may feel warmth in the air, a quiet suggestion of welcome. You might let the hand move when it wishes to move, and you can sense the threshold opening only as far as comfort allows. From within, something gentle can touch the senses, perhaps a memory of cedar, perhaps blossom, perhaps nothing that needs any recognition. The feeling can simply be ease. Stepping inside, the floor can offer a steady kindness underfoot, and light can gather in ways that seem to change with every breath you take. Just soft and responsive. You may let that shifting light settle through the body, and you can allow quiet to come gently in its own way, and you can notice that quiet. Somewhere deeper in the house, a rhythm can continue. Maybe a clock, maybe the hush of air moving. Whatever it is, it can seem to remind you that time can rest too. Standing in the doorway, you might begin to feel that you've entered a space where everything still moves, yet nothing is asking you to keep up. You can just let that realization rest somewhere inside. You can allow the breath to lengthen just a little more. And as the door closes gently behind you, the sense of arrival can grow quiet doorway on the left can seem to invite a first beginning, a gentle brightness behind it, quiet as breath before words. When the door eases open, a lightness of air may drift across your skin, green, new, tender, as if the season itself has chosen to greet you here, and you might let your lungs greet it in return. You can allow each inhale to feel younger by a shade. Curtains near the window can sway softly, their fabric catching glimmers that appear to gather from everywhere at once. On a table, small containers can suggest the idea of sprouting, and the thought of rain can seem to lace the edges of the room. You may notice your chest widen to meet that freshness, and you can feel the collarbones ease, the throat soften, and the breath can arrive freely. A bowl can rest by the sill, citrus peel, a sprig of something bright, a trace of sweetness in the air. The scent can feel light-footed, like footsteps across a garden after morning water, and you might welcome that lightness into your face. You can allow the tiny muscles around the eyes to smooth and brighten. Somewhere near the floor, warmth can pool gently, as if sunlight has decided to keep company with your ankles. The boards beneath your feet can carry a quiet spring of support, offering a buoyancy that feels kind to stand upon. And you may let that buoyancy rise through your legs, and you can sense ease gathering at the hips, then travelling upward through the spine. A small glass globe on the shelf can appear to hold the colour of new leaves. When you glance at it, the shade can seem to soften even further, as though the room understands how beginnings prefer to arrive. You might allow the idea of beginning to rest comfortably behind your sternum. You can feel a gentle forwardness there, subtle and encouraging. Near the window, a quiet tapping can suggest the presence of drops, delicate, occasional, each touch creating a tiny circle in awareness, a circle that widens and blends until the mind can feel renewed, and you may let those widening circles wash pleasantly through your thoughts. You can allow attention to clear in the most effortless way. The colours here can lean towards newness, soft greens, faint yellows, a whisper of white that feels like first light. Everything can seem to agree on an easy upward direction. You might give your breath permission to follow that upwardness. You can sense the upper chest brighten, as if the ribs know how to smile. As you stand within this room, it may become clear that spring is less a season and more a quality, a way of noticing that every moment carries its own tender edge of becoming, and you may let that quality touch whatever inside you is ready, and you can feel space opening gently around one simple intention for ease. When it feels right to move, the door to the hallway waits with patient grace. The air of spring can linger kindly on your skin, as if it wishes you well for the rooms that follow. You might carry this bright steadiness with you now, and you can allow your steps to keep the memory of new breath as you continue deeper into the house between seasons. Another doorway can wait ahead, quietly bright, a mellow glow that seems to gather itself and offer ease. When the door moves, warmth can greet your skin in a way that feels generous. The light here can lean golden, as if the day has chosen its ripest hour to keep you company. And you may let that warmth spread gently across your chest, and you can allow your breath to trace the glow, inhaling ease, exhaling softness. Curtains can lift and settle with the air, their edges bright as wheat. Beyond the window, a garden can hum with quiet life, a sense of bees at work somewhere close, sun on stone, green resting in its fullness. Inside, the light can land on linen and turn it to a field of pale honey, and you might feel your shoulder blades glide downward with that fullness, and you can allow the muscles of the back to lengthen and release. On a low table, a bowl of fruit can gather colour, peaches or something like them, round and fragrant. The scent can carry a lazy sweetness, the kind that invites a slower pace and an easy mouthful of air. A pitcher holds water with slices of citrus. Condensation can form pearls that slide together and fall, and you may welcome this ease into your jaw, and you can let the tongue rest wide and calm, the mouth soft, the throat open to comfortable breath. The floor can keep a gentle heat, held from the sun that's been here all day. When your feet meet it, the warmth can travel upward, calves, knees, thighs, until the hips feel cradled and the spine feels spacious. You might notice your hands growing peacefully heavy. You can allow that heaviness to signal safety to the nervous system. Near the window seat, a woven fan can lean against a cushion. Even resting, it can seem to suggest the air can move easily whenever ease is wished for. The cushion itself can wear the simple geometry of a late summer sun. Stripes of ochre and cream that appear to breathe with the light. Somewhere close, a gentle ticking from a cooling pan on the sill can punctuate the quiet. Small notes that soothe attention into wider space. The notes can arrive, fade, and leave a pleasant openness behind, and you may let that openness settle behind the eyes. You can sense the forehead smooth, the temples loosen, the gaze soften, even when the eyes are closed. A breeze can move through the room, carrying the suggestion of herbs from outside. Sage, mint, something sun-warmed and clean, and it can pass over skin, like the memory of afternoon laughter, easeful and bright. For a moment, the whole room can seem to tilt towards affection, for breath, for warmth, for the simple comfort of being here. And you might give permission for that affection to move through you. You can allow the heart area to feel well supported, as if gently held from within. On a small shelf, a glass of sand can glitter with tiny sparks of light, as though the sun left a keepsake behind. Nearby, a folded throw can wait with kindness of cotton after heat, cool to touch, ready to meet the skin with care. And you may let your shoulders settle into a natural position. You can feel the breath deepen lower, the belly easy. The whole torso can agree with comfort. Standing here, summer can become a quality rather than a season. Ripeness, generosity, the way light knows how to rest on things it loves. Each shape in the room can participate. Table, bowl, window, cloth, each one giving something gentle back to you. You might receive that generosity now, and you can allow your body to keep whatever feels most nourishing as you turn toward the next room. When you step away, the warmth can seem to travel with you, a soft brightness along the collarbones, a steady glow at the center of the chest, a memory of sunlight held kindly in the skin, a summer you can carry wherever the house wishes to lead you next. And a doorway on the right can seem to carry a deeper amber glow, quiet, steady, as though the day has ripened and wishes to share what it has kept for you. When the door eases, warmth can greet the skin in a gentle wave. The light here can lean toward gold, settling across wood and fabric in soft layers that feel patient and kind. You may let that patience arrive through your breath, and you can allow the inhale to gather comfort and the exhale to spread it. Near the window, a wide bowl can offer the shape of harvest. Pears or something like them, round with sweetness, their surfaces holding a calm glow. The air can carry a hint of spice and wood, a suggestion of leaves warmed by afternoon sun, and you might welcome that fragrance into the space behind your sternum, and you can feel the heart area steady as warmth collects there. A woven throw can rest across a chair, its weight promising care. When your fingers meet the fabric, there can be a sense of strength made gentle, threads that remember the work of this season, and they can offer ease back to you. You may let your hands trust that kindness, and you can allow the forearms and shoulders to drift towards heaviness that feels safe. Outside the glass, leaves can travel in slow curving paths, each one choosing its moment to join the ground with grace. Watching them, a feeling of readiness may rise, as if every part of you already understands the art of arriving softly, and you might let that understanding move through your body now. You can sense the belly soften, the lower back lengthen, the hips feel well supported. On the sideboard, a small lantern-shaped vase can reflect the room's glow, turning light into quiet shapes along the wall. Shadows and brightness can mingle without hurry, like memories organizing themselves with care. You may allow your thoughts to arrange gently in the same way. You can feel clarity forming without effort. Somewhere deeper in the house, wood can settle with tiny pleasant sounds, soft clicks and sighs that suggest contentment. Each sound can seem to affirm that the work of the day has found its place, that what matters remains close, and what is finished can rest. You might give permission for what is finished to rest inside you. You can let the breath carry that permission to every place that welcomes it. A low table can hold a simple teapot, porcelain warm to the touch. Steam can drift upward in pale threads, curling into the golden light, and then joining the room's calm. Lifting the cup, the warmth can gather at your palms and travel inward, and you may sip in a way that comforts comforts the whole chest. You can allow that warmth to settle through the ribs and spine, arriving kindly at the center. As you linger here, autumn can begin to feel like a quality, completion without hurry, and fullness turning into care, a gentleness that knows what to keep and where to place it. You might let your body learn that kind of placing, and you can feel each muscle choose ease, each thought choose space. The chair can receive you easily, and for a moment the room can seem to breathe with you. Gold upon wood, fragrance in the air, tea cooling to the exact temperature of comfort. A sense of balance can settle. What has been gathered. What wishes to be set down. Everything included in a wider kindness. And you may welcome that balance now. You can allow the whole of you to feel well placed and cared for. When you rise, the amber light can appear to travel with you, a soft brightness along the shoulders, a steady calm between the shoulder blades, a feeling that the season itself is walking beside you as a friend, and you might carry this companionable warmth onward. You can let your steps remain easy as the house guides you further within. Further along the hall, a doorway can seem to hold a silver stillness. Soft light gathered low, a quiet that feels like a cushion. When the door moves, a calm glow can greet your face, firelight or something akin to it, warming the air in gentle bands. The temperature can lean toward cozy, as if the room has been preparing for your arrival all day. You may let that warmth touch the cheeks and forehead, and you can allow the breath to lengthen as comfort spreads. And along the wall, you may notice a hearth rest, its glow steady, its presence easy. Shadows soften across woven rugs, turning their patterns to lullabies for the eyes. A wool blanket can drape over a chair, its weight promising kindness, its fibres holding the memory of cedar and winter sun. You might invite that promise into your shoulders. You can feel the trapezius ease, the neck grow pleasantly loose, the head balanced and light. On a small table, a cup can stand ready, porcelain warm to the touch, steam rising in pale spirals. The scent can carry comfort, a trace of vanilla, a breath of chamomile, or whatever feels most soothing to your senses as you hold it near. You may sip as the chest welcomes gentleness. You can allow the warmth to travel along sternum, resting kindly at the center. Outside the window, the world appears softly muted, branches outlined in silver, air bright with a fine powdery hush. Inside, the stillness can gather with a tender weight, like snow settling on familiar ground. That quiet can seem to encourage the body to discover an easy place to be. You might let the hands grow warmly heavy, and you can sense the palms relax, each finger resting in its own comfort. Near the hearth, a basket can hold logs with a scent of forest, and somewhere within the room, tiny settling sounds can offer a friendly presence. A gentle tick here, a barely audible sigh there, reminders that everything close to you is adjusting itself towards ease, and you may let those soft sounds guide attention into wider space. You can allow the mind to rest, the way snow rests on open fields. A chair can welcome you with the shape of care, its back curved to meet your spine, its seat receiving weight with patient grace. The wool blanket, cool where it waited, then quickly warming, it can draw across your legs like a quiet agreement to be held. And you might let this weight reassure your hips and lower back. You can feel the pelvis settle evenly, the lumbar lengthen, and the belly soften into comfort. The air of winter often brings clarity, and something of that quality can seem to live here as kindness. Each breath can feel clean, each pause can feel peaceful. Where the glow touches the walls, light can seem round, and the edges of the room can capture that light, and everything around you can feel safe to lean into. You might invite the jaw to rest even more into that safety, and you can allow the tongue to widen and relax, the throat to open to settle breath. Above the mantle, a simple winter scene may hang, brush strokes of pale blue and soft white, inviting a gaze that likes to wander and then drift. The eyes can travel across that softness and discover a quieter way of seeing, noticing enough, allowing plenty of space between moments. You might let your eyes grow comfortably heavy now, and you can sense eyelids lowering to a position that pleases them, while the gaze remains soft behind them. Somewhere in the room, a folded note can lie upon a small tray, and when you glance at it, you may imagine a few gentle words written there, only the kind that calm the heart. Rest is welcome here. Quiet knows your name. Warmth is near and stays, the meaning of those words can appear in your body more than in your thoughts. You may let their meaning arrive in your torso, slow, kind, sure. You can feel the breath receive those words as if they were warmth turned into air. Winter often teaches a beautiful lesson that stillness can be full and pause can be generous. In this room, that lesson feels easy to learn. The glow can keep company. The blanket can remember your shape, and the chair can seem to hold the idea of home until it becomes a feeling. And you might give yourself permission to keep that feeling. You can allow this sense of shelter to remain as you rise when you wish. As you prepare to step back to the hall, the room can offer a parting gift, a calm weight across the shoulders, a steady warmth near the heart, a simple clarity behind the eyes, signs that winter has shared its wisdom. Quiet can be strong, softness can be sure, rest can be plentiful, and you may carry that wisdom with you now. You can let your steps remember this calm as the house invites you further on. Beyond the winter glow, a corridor can seem to gather quiet light. Frames along the walls, small shelves with objects that carry a gentle shine. The air can feel careful here, as if it has learned how to hold stories kindly. A first portrait can catch the eye, brushstrokes soft, colours patient. Features appear and they can soften again, like a memory that prefers to be felt. And you may let your gaze meet what feels welcoming, and you can allow warmth to collect around what matters most. On a nearby shelf, a smooth stone can rest beside a folded ticket, a dried sprig tied with silk thread. They can seem to share a conversation of quiet belonging, each one offering reassurance that time can keep what it loves in gentle ways. And you might let that reassurance arrive in your chest. You can sense a steady presence. Notice that forming beneath the sternum. Further along, a small mirror can wait in an oval frame. Looking into it, the glass can meet your attention with kindness, as though it understands how to reflect only what supports you now. Edges can blur, then soften more, until the face you see feels rested, as if the house itself has decided to hold part of the effort for you. You may give permission for images to rest exactly where they feel comfortable. You can allow your breath to travel deeper, calm and sure. A set of drawers lines the lower wall. Just notice that, and each handle smooth, each label written in a careful hand. Opening one, you can find a piece of paper with gentle words, the kind that understand. You are included. This is a place for ease. What you keep may stay. What wishes to soften may soften. The paper feels warm to the touch, and you can notice that, as if the message has been carried by the wood. You might let those words translate directly into your body. You can sense the shoulders float down, the back feel comfortably supported. In a quiet alcove, a small instrument can rest, strings held in a curve of polished wood. When the fingertip brushes a single string, a low, kind note appears in the air, spreading through the hallway like a reminder that sound can make space. You may allow that note to widen the area around your heart. You can feel the breath, enjoy a longer, easier path. Frames continue, each one a soft meeting with something you recognize, a place, a season, a face, a small triumph, moments that once leaned forward toward you, now leaning gently beside you. In their company, the mind can seem to learn a new arrangement. Closeness where closeness comforts, distance where distance cares. You might let your thoughts choose their own perfect distances now. You can allow the nervous system to arrange itself in a way that can feel beautifully kind. At the end of the hall, a window can open to the dark glass of night. Stars rest there, clear and patient, and for a breath or two, the whole corridor can feel like a place where remembering and ease live together. You may keep the ease while you keep what you cherish, and you can carry both as the house invites you onward. A narrow door near the window can appear to breathe cool air around its frame, as if the outside is ready to meet you. When the latch gives way, notice how night arrives softly, fresh, steady, spacious. A path of pale stones can lead into the garden. Here, seasons can seem to stand side by side. Birds bright with promise, branches silvered with delicate frost, leaves holding their late golden glow. The scene can feel complete, as though the year has gathered itself to keep you company, and you may let your lungs receive this spacious air. You can allow the body to enjoy the feeling of being well met. Overhead, constellations can balance the sky. Their arrangement can appear gracious, a poise that belongs to old friends. A breeze can pass through, carrying a suggestion of herbs, a thread of cedar, a barely sweet trace of something in bloom. The mixture can feel wise, like a recipe learned over many evenings. And you might let those scents settle through your senses, and you can feel clarity and comfort arriving together. Along the path, a shallow bowl can hold clear water. Its surface can gather reflections, stars, a branch, the soft shape of your shoulders, and lets them drift, as if the bowl understands how to host light. And you may invite that quality of hosting into your chest. You can allow the breath to welcome every feeling that chooses calm. A small arch of branches can bend across stones, leaves luminous at their edges. Passing beneath, the space around you can seem to round and soften, like a hush, a kind, respectful quiet that appreciates your step. And you might let respectful quiet collect behind your eyes. You can sense the mind enjoy generous space. At a turning in the path, a gentle rise can offer a view of the whole garden. From here, everything can participate. Growth and rest, light and shadow, near and far, each part contributing calm. You may let this completeness translate into your own sense of being. You can feel the body recognize wholeness as an available state. The air can carry a softness that belongs to peace. For a while, you can simply stand where the view is kind, and the garden can seem to breathe with you. In ease, out ease, again ease, a steady conversation of comfort. And you might give yourself permission to keep this comfort. You can allow its traces to remain as you return toward the house. The door can welcome your hand again, and the garden's freshness can linger on your skin, ready to travel with you into the deepest room. At the center of the house, a door can stand slightly open. Light can gather along its edge, like a promise made quietly. Inside, the room can feel timeless, colors soft and low, textures arranged to welcome touch, air warm with gentle patience. A resting place can await, cushions shaped to the body's ease, fabric smooth where hands might land, a coverlet that understands comfort. You may let your body find its way here. You can allow weight to settle where support feels best. As you lower yourself, the surface can rise to meet you in kindness. It can learn your shape quickly and keeps what it learns, so that every part of you can feel included in the welcome. You might let the calves and thighs choose their favorite angles. You can sense the pelvis balancing evenly, the spine lengthening in contentment. Air can move with a barely there sweetness, cool where the skin prefers cool, warm where the body enjoys warmth. Somewhere nearby, a soft sound can continue, perhaps the friendly count of a clock, perhaps the breathing of the house itself. Each sound can return to quiet in a way that pleases attention. You may invite the shoulders to settle deeper into support. You can allow the hands to grow pleasantly heavy, the fingers to rest in ease. The ceiling can carry a faint shimmer, like moonlight passing through fine cloth. Watching it for a moment, the eyes can grow calm, then content, then ready to close at their own pace. Behind the lids, space often opens generously, a spaciousness that belongs only to you, and you might let the forehead smooth completely. You can feel the jaw soften even more, the tongue widen, the throat open to quiet breath. A thought or two passes like distant travellers, and the room can continue to offer steadiness. Under the back, beneath the knees, at the base of the skull, everywhere the body enjoys being understood, and you may give permission for comfort to spread as far as it wishes. You can allow comfort to become the simple way that things are arranged. In the center of the house, seasons seem to agree perhaps. Spring's bright yes, summer's generous warmth, autumn's thoughtful placing, winter's clear, protective calm, all present, all kind, all here to keep you. And you might let that agreement settle into your whole being. You can sense a gentle tide of ease circling through you again and again. Breath moves easy. Muscles soften, welcomed. Mind widens, peaceful. The resting place can hold you in a patient embrace, and the house can listen with care, content to stay beside you. And you may let the story become your own quiet now. You can allow this night to carry you exactly where sleep wishes to meet you. Soft light, steady warmth, kind space, all of you included, all of you received, all of you gently drifting into sleep. Sleep well. I'll be here